Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I miss your touch on nights when I'm hollow. I leave it all behind if I could follow. Since the love that you left is all that I need, I want you to know that if I can't be close to you, I settle for the ghost of you. I need you more than life. If I can't be next to you, your memory's ecstasy. I miss you more than life. Young blood thinks there's always tomorrow. I need more time, but time can be borrowed. I leave it all behind if I could follow. By the time that you had is all that I need. I want you to know that if I can't be next to you, I settle for the ghost of you. I need you more than life. And if you can't be next to me, your memory's ecstasy. I need you more than life.
My, oh my. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Coffee Talk, where the conversation starts but never ends. You know what, big good people? Thank you for your amazing support and watching us every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. And you know what, good folks? Today we are going to be having a very good conversation with Danyz, because I think a time has come for us to speak about it. Right now in Kenya, it's either you're in the formal business or in the creative business. If you're not in the two, you're in the crypto business.
Very true.
Good evening, bro. Mambo vipi?
Good evening, Grandpa.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
I can see pale online watu walikuwa nasema your voice.
Yeah, hadi ma crush, my ex wakasema, hey manzi, you're doing great. You want to come back.
It happens.
Yeah.
By the way, talk about exes and all that.
Yeah.
There's a country music song that says all my ex lives in Texas. So it's a good thing.
Yeah.
It's a good thing because you see, it's a journey of life. They were there for that particular moment. They did what they did, whether they encouraged you, whether they heartbroke you. But again, through the heartbreak, you learn something about you.
Of course, I had some good experience. Yeah.
Very good.
A lot of experience.
They say life is all about transitioning.
Yeah.
As we are talking about exes, let's talk about the creative industry of music. The field in Yuko. Because I feel many young people have joined music for the virtue that they do not need now to take the music to the studio. During our years, when you are growing, or literally, I'll say young adult, people are fighting to take their CDs to the studio to be played. So it was the privilege of the producer or the director or the presenter, if they know you, to play your music. I want to understand in the current generation or in the current musical space that you're in, the creative world, what makes people venture into music? Because I know you're a producer also.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu anakujaga nakwambia, I want to do music, and you're like,
No.
Why do you think people are going towards music?
Okay, first of all, number one, people are going to music because they feel that music has money. Like they can go record and somehow go and perform their songs for the shows so that they can get money. Number two, people are running away from harsh realities of life. The only place they can find is through music. The only place they can hide. They find music to be very soothing to their soul. So, like someone, like you can find yourself you're in in a stressful moment, and other people choose to do different things. Other people go to drugs. Some go to the gym. So some goes to the music.
Okay.
Like for me, I play. When I'm very mad, just pick my guitar, just do some songs, and I'm ease. So I think those are the
no,
two main
talking about,
reasons.
and I love the way you put it, like people, I'll say like, no, predominantly, if you look at the way you've brought the whole issue, if I come from a dysfunctional home and I perceive my dad has a way of helping me become a better person, na haingii box, that means I'll definitely now start thinking I'm a good musician. I'll start composing. Now, let's go back to the 60s, 70s, and 80s, then the millennials, where some, like the song that you've sung, it's well composed, the lyrics and all that. Right now, there is a different kind of music that you guys have brought in, right?
This
And
new school music.
new school music that also maybe doesn't have maybe a meaning towards me, or am I wrong?
You're very true. It's very true. Like most modern music,
Yeah.
people just write without. You see, in 60s, 70s, and 80s, people were inspired to write music. Like they had the reason to why they were writing some music.
Okay.
These days, you just wake up with no message. You just that's how people are doing these days.
Let's jam. Let's jam a song of yesteryears as we think about this modern music, because I would like you to do an oldie, then you do if there's a Kenyan classic.
Yeah, let me see.
We so that we can compare the two. So that again, if you look, I feel there is quite a disconnect of music.
Back in old and
Yes.
right now.
Yes. Right now, yes, people are producing music. You guys have instruments and all that. But back then, hey, there is a lot of work was being put. Twende kazi.
There goes my mind beating, and you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. There goes my heart racing, and you are the reason that I'm keep bleeding. I need you now. I'll climb every mountain, swim every ocean, just to be with you and fix through the broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. It's called "You Are the Reason" by Colin Scott.
Yeah. Now, as I've told you, that's a rich song, rich lyric, of which you'll even pray to a corporate.
Yeah, I think the lyrics makes a lot of sense. Like it gives some meaning to someone. Like you're the reason. You're the reason to why I'm not sleeping well. Like the way they used to express love is like totally different like these days. It was among the best way. Wish we could go back. Yeah.
And from let's say, let's speak about. Do you think, you see, like for them, they will do anything and everything to make the music go. The music will be put outside there. If back then our parents used to do Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, and all that kind of genre of music here in Kenya, where we even had discos, what do you think changed? What changed?
I think a lot has changed in terms of lifestyle, technology. Things are really going very fast.
But don't you think saa ndio tunafaa kuwa na, let's say even like a parent outside there, they are like, yeah, my son needs to go to music school. I'm sure they'll be debating, will I be wasting my money?
No. Right now, you see, as you see, our education system is flooded. Personally, as we're speaking, I'm a teacher, you know, but I'm not teaching because the area of where I've specialized is we have more teachers. Why should I compete with them? Then there's another space of which is not as flooded as my specialized where what I trained to teach. So I rather go for this one that is scarce to make sure that the market is there compared to the teaching where you go to class, you just do. You know, it becomes very hard because you're teaching from 8 a.m. to 4. Compared to music, where you can just play some few songs, then you get your cash, then you go home.
Now, as a musical producer, I'm sure you've seen, I'm sure, even though young, you study a lot of music. That's all that the progression of music from literally now you go to 1920s, the Roman time, come over to the modern time, now to this 21st century. A lot of bands came up, right?
Sure.
And yeah, for example, I found my folks listening to the Eagles. I found my folks came when the time there was the Eagles, the Beatles, the Bee Gees, the Kool and the Gang, right? But now you find
very true. There were a lot of good bands and they were doing good music.
Yeah.
Those we can say Backstreet Boys.
Yes.
Westlife. They were doing great music.
So I want us to go for a break. Then when we come back, we look at what made this band stick together.
All right.
Were they, and this one question I want you to answer me. Were they people like, for example, like the Kool and the Gang, the Backstreet Boys? Is it that they sang same genre of music? Is it lack of something that you lack? If I don't have a guitar, that's the lack I mean. I'll be there because I do not have it.
Yeah.
Or is it sheer luck? You know what, good people. Let's go for a commercial break. We are going to come back here at the Coffee Talk here at Younib TV. Follow us on our pages. That is on the Coffee Talk on social media. That's on Facebook, Younib TV, Media TV, on YouTube, and other socials. You know what? Take us to a break, bro.
Let me do a Kenyan classic.
Nice.
I'll do it my own version. Machozi yangu yote yamalizika, pia nitalala na nani? We unaenda mie mpaka ni mawazo, mie mpaka ni kuwazawaza, we unaenda. Kama ile njia yako wenda, kama ni maisha yako fuata, ewe dada, rail on, rail on, rail on, rail on, seems that's the way, seems that's the way.
Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Hey, welcome back. And you know what? On our coffee break, we've had a good conversation with Danyz. And Danyz, I like us to look it from a business point of view. Because if I'm a parent and my daughter or my son comes and tell me they want to do music, and I think chenye tunafanya hapa Kenya, hiyo nitakata. Actually, I'm a parent. If my son today came and told me that, Papa, I want to do this, that's a no-go zone. Because a lot of things, I feel they've been extracted. There is no money. My view, there is no in music. What say you?
Money is there, but the process of getting money through music is really hard. Because it's art, and it's not like you go today to the school and teach your daughter or your son just to play guitar, then he or she gets money. It's a lot. He or she must take some time in learning the craft. You know, it's not about playing guitar. It's about the personality of the person. It's about the mindset of the person. So it's a whole thing. It's not just playing guitar.
No, to talk about learning guitar. Kuna shule tumechipuka mpaka River Road School of Music. Are they doing it right?
I don't think they are not. Because it's someone like you. For example, let's use your example. You wake up, you say you want to learn guitar because you have money, you go and buy the guitars, you just learn 3 chords and you open a school, then you are there teaching people. What are you teaching without experience? Music, you have to have experience for you to teach.
Wow.
Because it's like any other form of art, like painting, like for you to be perfect, you have to have the experience of painting, playing the strings, knowing the apps, where you're supposed to pause, where you're supposed to sing, and how you can engage also the crowd.
Speak about music as an art, as an experience, and that throws me to the questions of bands. The business of music. Many Kenyans were heartbroken. I included, even though I don't listen to much of Kenyan music, but at least you introduced me to Kenyan classics. But I've been following a long time Sauti Sol.
Right.
they've decided to take a heighty in their musical career that spans, even if we round it off to 20 years. And I'm like, my goodness, when you were growing up, the bands that you've mentioned, the Eagles, the Bee Gees, the Cool and the Gang, the Westlife, UB40, these guys broke up when they were literally like old. Is it that they felt, some of them, from a production point of view, do you think they felt that, one, they feel they are bigger than the Sauti Sol brand? Can a musician become more than a group? Maybe that's a question I need to ask.
I think there are many factors to consider. Let's talk about the government and what the government is doing in terms of uplifting talent. Let's go to the laws of music and art. We found that the government is doing a little just to make sure the artists are being paid. So I think partly of what made Sauti Sol just to break is because the government was not doing much. As you can go to Spotify, I did some research on Sauti Sol in terms of what they were earning for example, let's say in YouTube, they were earning a little. As you compare them, for example, if they go for a show, maybe in New York and other countries, you find that they earn much money than here in Kenya. So it's so sad for them to see that they are not getting enough in their own country.
Now, there comes my business mind. Why not then, if they have enough money, these are people who've worked hard and they have connections and everybody would like to work for them. From a production point of view, don't you think they need their own website? Something like look like YouTube, so that they can drive their own traffic?
I think Sauti Sol is a big brand.
Yes, it
right
is.
Now, I think they should have the best managers for their music, the best production team. But I also kindly blame them a bit in terms of their management. Who is their manager? Did they think of maybe signing something like a contract for some maybe time before they think of maybe doing it away? I can't tell a lot,
but let me ask you, what would you, if a group of young guys come together and tell you, you know what's done is, we are thinking of going in as a group, what would be your do's and don'ts?
In Kenya?
In Kenya.
I have a lot of experience working in bands since campus till a bit now. They should try for them. They should just try. But for you to work with a band, you have to be very committed. And first of all, you have to have the passion. Minus the passion, you can't survive.
So,
another thing, just let me cut you off a bit. Another thing is, don't just do music alone. Add something on top. For example, if you're singing, learn how to play an instrument, learn how to produce, so that you can have a lot of income.
I'm sure there's so many guys out of high school, there are so many guys out of universities, colleges, people have graduated and all that kind of thing. Hakuna kazi Kenya. And maybe probably you're looking at us from your sitting room or from your whatever gadget you're using to watch us. What is it, that one thing that you know that people don't know about music? Number one. Number two, how will I build myself as a brand?
Number one, let me answer your first question. You asked about what I know that other people don't know. I can tell them that music is consistency. You can't just start today and just think that you'll be blow up tomorrow. I've been doing this art for 10 years.
Wow.
So until I'm here today, you can watch me on the TV.
Mm.
It's a lot of work. So people think that you can just wake up today and just become the next Sauti Sol. No, there's a process.
You remind me of a friend called Dr. Karanja. One day, he's and I love him. He knows I use him as an example to as many opportunities as I get to encourage young fellas. I looked at him and I told him, Daktari, I would want one day to be like you. He called me for a whole afternoon session, telling me why I should never pray like that, because there is a lot of pain he went through before him being the top gynecologist in the country. There is a lot that he went through in his younger years before building the name Dr. Karanja, you know. What is it that you've gone through? But these young folks who are looking at us, or even the parent, mwenye anakaa anajiambia, I have some 30, 50,000 to put on the school, and maybe nimnulie guitar. What is it that you went through that you like, I wish I knew?
First of all, I was paid school fees to study education as a teacher. And I knew totally that I'm an artist from the start. And partly my parents knew that. So if they could just use the money to invest in my music, I could be very far.
Okay.
That's personal.
Did your parents want to understand or listen that you wanted to do music?
My parents were a bit old school type of parents, you know them. They had a bit of, you know.
They kind of figured out who they want their son to be.
Yeah, like you have parents like, I want my son to be a doctor. Something like that. So that happened to me. But right now they are realizing that music is the main thing for me. Now they're chipping in a bit. They are supporting me. They want me to go and learn some music in some schools, take some diploma and something like that. Something I wish also people to know about music. What I've gone through, my personal experience is that you have to spend most of the time alone. Yeah.
I thought you guys mnakutanga stories huko nje.
No. Real artists or real people who do music, they have to be alone, like for them most of the time, because you can't be in a group of people and become very creative. No. Most of us are introverts. We tend to think a lot, overthink a lot of things. So people think we are going mad, or we are not like any other people in the community. So people misunderstand us.
So do you think from that point, parents, or if you're a young person, you want to do music, are you saying they will need to sit down and speak about it?
Very true. They should speak about what they want to do with their parents, with their family. Let them have a conversation.
And you being a teacher, by the way, do you think these conversations should even start from Form 1?
At a younger age. Like, parents have the ability to tell that this kid has a talent in music, right?
But where do we get these parents?
I think most of our parents ignore. But right now we are growing in an era where we know ourselves. So we will be doing this to our kids.
And also having such a program that is supported by the Younib TV, I'm sure that one day a parent who is stuck somewhere will stumble on this program. And maybe it might be your benefit, and maybe you can share a link with a friend. But also, coming back to the parents, do you think also parents have negated their role as the leaders, where they, like for me, my father and mother, they never give much to what I'm doing because I'm always doing something. but they'll be like, let us see what you're doing. Do you think also parents have become too busy for their kids to nurture their talents?
Very true. I was even overthinking more. I usually overthink most of the time, and I ask myself, did even my parents care, or do they care what I do? Because you find that they care little about what you do, and you ask yourself, if I had that support, I could be very, very far. Someone just to have that moral support to say that you will be doing, I'll be supporting you, where are you going today, something like that. But they are not. They are doing a little.
So you're saying and these talents can be well nurtured, well managed, well thought of. You bring musical players together. You're talking of directors in music, in production, in the creative world, managers. You're saying that there will be a better tomorrow.
Yes, yes, very true. Personally, my experience is that I've been doing all these things alone before even we met with you.
Yeah.
I was playing guitar, I was looking for shows, I was doing the production because I was lacking that person who can help me do some things, you see. But I think with good, we need to come up with some teachings or some whereby we can educate people on how to do this. Maybe Younib TV can have a program to share with the parents on how we can.
The nurturing talents and all that. I think this is a conversation that we shall be carrying it forward, and also hearing other people's interest in the industry, so that we can become productive people in the society. Good folks, this has been a good conversation with Danyz, and I hope to engage you more in the creative industry, because I think right now creative industry has been overtaken by the young people. Danyz, how can people find you on social media?
You can find me on social media as Danyz Chris. That's DANYZ space CHRIS. That's on Facebook, YouTube. I have a lot of songs on IG, on
TikTok.
We are doing crazy stuff. So make sure you follow me for some good content.
Awesome. And also let's take a break. We're going to come back and see where is the future of music and creative industry. Keep it here at the Coffee Talk, here at the Younib TV. Always the best.
Imagine waking up to a show every morning that entertains, educates,
that keeps you glued to the screen with interesting topics. Talk about health, fashion, business, fitness, and spiritual nourishment. Whether you're enjoying your cup of coffee, tea, milk, or uji, Uni Breakfast Show is the place to be. Every Tuesday and Wednesday at 8:30 a.m. with me, Peninah Wachera, here on Younib TV.
times I'll be on my own, feeling frightened of the things that I don't know. When tomorrow comes, when tomorrow comes, when tomorrow comes. Though the road is long, I look up to the sky, and in the dark I found the lost that I will find. And I sing alone, and I sing alone, and I sing alone. I got all I need when I got you and I look around me and see a sweet light. Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. Getting me through the dark. Kickstart my heart when you're shining in my eyes. Can't lie, it's a sweet life. Stuck in the dark, but you're my flashlight. Getting me through the night. You're my flashlight. You're my flashlight. Yeah.
My goodness, I can only get this experience here at the coffee talk. And during the break, you are just having a conversation with him. The future is bright. It matters how you are going to journey down.
Yeah, actually, it depends with your mindset
Yes.
and how you're thinking. Also,
Yes.
heavily on how you think,
Mhm.
because you have to really expand your thinking capacity to the maximum.
And never give up.
And never give up, because without using your brains
Mm.
and the consistency,
By the
like most artists
Yeah.
go to doing music blindly without having the information.
in fact, what you said about consistency. So my brother, he's a tattoo artist. For him, you see, tattoo is it's young people's
For
game.
artists.
Yeah. So for him, he's able to hit numbers very fast. So right now, I'm still studying about TikTok. I've been seeing how many months there, but I grow gradually. For him, alikuwa ananiambia no, kuja ufanye hivi, fanya hivi. And he's already amenipita. But I looked at him and I asked him, if you're able to get to 1,000, how come other people are not yet there and they're making money?
Mm-hmm.
You get?
I get it.
And what he thought about TikTok is not what he's getting back. You get? So I can imagine if you're an artist and you've been lied to, TikTok has money. Then you say you won't work. You won't use your common sense. Because I think the reason why our generation is failing is because of not calling it as it is. And I'll say we become a very soft people. Yeah, ukiambiwa please use your brain, you'll say someone has abused you. But look here, if I can remember people like the old bands, they will produce their own T-shirts and they will buy, whether fake or original. We still bought it. We still let's say even Danyz, you become a big brand. And people produce your fake materials. To me, it's advantageous to me as a brand, as Danyz. Why? I know you recognize me. But right now, you're not seeing those T-shirts with people's faces. If back then people will do such crazy T-shirts.
Like Tupac.
Remember
Tupac?
I have actually, there's a friend of mine who gifted me a T-shirt, a Tupac T-shirt. And a good cousin of mine stole it. So you can imagine, if back then that's what they did, sasa hii tunafaa kuwa faa sana. No, genuinely speaking.
Yeah, very true. I think we have a problem. The industry is so saturated, very saturated. Like people are producing more of not real stuff.
I would like you to do something. Just show the camera your guitar. Just show the camera your guitar. If you look, I'm sure you printed this somewhere. Mtu alipata pesa. You bought this from somewhere.
From Coast.
From Coast. You printed these, and I don't know whether these are collections, right?
These are dollar, yeah.
So I want you to imagine you're an artist,
Uh-huh.
and you can be able to custom make such thing for people. That's what you're saying. Open up your mind. Don't become usikakuje tu kusema unaimba. Don't just be a musician.
Something extra.
You get on my bracelets. This is a guy who does actually music. Alikanga tu hivi akaniambia, grandpa, you know what? Do you know I can write something on your bracelet? It took less than 10 minutes to engrave. You get. You find someone who's good in doing this is a typical bladder. This is an artist who's doing this. But are we pushing ourselves that much? And whoever did this, she's traveled outside the country. Are we ready to push ourselves that much, Danyz?
We are not doing much, I can say.
Yeah.
Just a few who are doing, they are the ones who have been, they are the ones we see outside there. Okay, I can say being an artist is showing your uniqueness. Just being unique in everything you do. Most people tend to say that they overdo. People say that artists overdo some things, but it is the mindset that you'll use. For example, your artist, he saw something in you. Maybe he thought of like when you wear your bracelets, you look better. I can say he used his mind.
Yes.
Yeah, he's just like we are saying people should use their mind to do stuff.
Na akajua I have an extra 1,000 or 2 to spend on him.
To spend on you so that you can give him his.
So it's not all about music. Get something else.
It's about the mind.
It's not about the music. Music, yes, you can be the best guitarist. But if you don't have bass wave to get you from point A to point B, my friend, your guitar utajipigia kwa nyumba.
And that one cannot be taught in school. Yeah. You know that it's purely using the mind. No one can teach you that. It's life.
And no one is willing to teach you.
Who will? We have no school for that.
And we're in a competition.
We are in a very serious competition.
So hata hawezi umsaidie kujua gitaa.
Tumia akili. The game is really tough.
Yeah, because you find actually I think maybe the viewers will notice I do not have my brand t-shirt. Yeah. Again, that's an artist who does that. People will always see something on making money out of you. You must spot. What is it? You get? If right now I'm sure producers, managers are on Sauti Soul's case. Because you know this is what I can do for you. Where are you in this space? Right now, and I'm loving the way I'll say, as much as I would like to hit the government, I love the way they've opened up the space that the Communications Authority are not really tied into the modern media, where you find even people in a very serious presidential political rally, people are always with their phone. What are you doing with that gadget? What are you doing with it now? The way you've said, 10 years ago, that's when you started. Right now is when you're reaping your 10 years journey. And trust you me, your 10 years journey can even start when you're in Form 1. Because my love of music started when I was young. I do not sing, but I love music. Getting to Form 1, I got a principal who loved music and really made us love music and see money in music. Sitting from your production desk, where is the future of music in Kenya, in Africa, and in the world?
Okay, good question. I can say we have a long journey. I can say let me prophesize. Let me be a prophet.
Yeah.
In the next 5 years to come, music industry is going to change.
In terms
A
of
lot.
what's some of
First
the
of
changes
all,
that you're looking at?
Number one,
Mhm.
we have the changes in terms of performance.
Mhm.
Things are going to switch from Sauti Sol performing from the ground. They'll be performing in our social media platforms.
Wow.
And we'll be at home watching. Like I can watch Drake's show when I'm at my home. You see how he performs. So things are going to switch digitally. Are you ready to
Move.
move? Are you ready to adjust as an artist?
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Are you ready
Because-
to do the big switch?
Are you ready? How are you using your phone? Like my phone, that small phone that you see has a lot of connections.
I remember
lot
there is
of
a time we
apps.
went with this guy to a club. So I thought you were crazy. So we go to a club.
That's how artists are seen. They are crazy.
So as we are busy dancing, and you are looking at the artist, and I was just seeing you on the phone. You moved to the next corner until my friends were like, "Is this guy okay? What were you doing, by the way?"
Okay, as artists, we see things in a very different way, by the way. Not the normal way. We can be quiet somewhere, but we think differently. So the way you're seeing people who are performing, I'm seeing I'm imagining some things of which maybe if I share with someone, you may think I'm crazy. So the best way is just to react. Maybe take my phone, just capture the memory. That's why every time you go out, I tell you to capture the moments. Because at some
It
time,
has really worked.
at some time you'll be like, oh, this is where we were.
And actually, you've taught me a lot in terms of making reels.
TikTok and stuff.
Yeah, at least anytime I'm doing something, I'm always taking a 1 minute video.
That's how these Wazungus really beat us. They have kept their records in terms of where they started, their journey. He was here, you can see, you can tell he was there. Now he's here. You know, it's life. So it's a lot of experience that he's capturing and he's posting, right?
Yeah. How do you think, in terms of branding, what's the future?
Branding is personal.
Again, nobody will teach you that in school.
Nobody, I've struggled. Actually, I'm learning from you. To be honest, you've taught me a lot of things. Actually, I learned by seeing and watching. So I've learned branding is about personality.
Yeah.
Personality, the way you carry yourself, the way you communicate, and the way you, partly how you dress. But branding is what is inside you also. So it is very key as an artist because it's what will identify you from the rest of the group. Many people play guitar. Why is it me here? Can you ask yourself that question?
Yeah.
Why are we here with you? It's because maybe I have something unique. I know.
Yes.
But
Yes.
for other people, you can just see I'm playing guitar, you're singing, but I have maybe a reason or a purpose. So it's something personal.
And one thing I love about today's conversation is that I think also for myself, I've seen music in a very different way.
All right.
And in fact, if I get someone who will have a passion in this grounding, I'd be better off to advise them. Going forward, I think, Danyz, we shall be having a lot of conversations because I think in the creative industry, we lack people who are telling genuine truth and as it is. As we go, which song do you want to make me feel?
You see, it's very hard to switch. It's being creative, so this is my personal song.
Ah, wow.
Maybe you can find it on YouTube.
What's your YouTube channel?
It's called Danyz Chris.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can remember the whole, but I can do.
Give us the chorus.
Okay. Tangu nikuone, nimekuwa nikiwaza vile takupata, nikwambie jinsi nakupenda. Huwezi kuchagua eti yule unapenda, maisha magumu twang'ang'ana, najua siku moja itakuwa fiti, tutembee na wewe, tujenge boma na wewe, maisha itakuwa poa. Something like that. You know, to switch is
What's the name of the song?
Tangu Nikuone.
Go to YouTube, Tangu Nikuone by Danyz Chris. These are one of our Kenyan bread.
They will show a bit of
Yeah, after the show.
after the show. Let me just talk about the song.
Yes.
It's a love song. Sometimes we don't know how to express what we feel about someone.
Yes.
So the only way you can express is just through writing and singing the music. So it's a love song. I think this goes to those people who are single and they are afraid to tell the ones they love that they want them, so they should watch the song and maybe share it out.
Yeah.
It will be a blessing to someone, right?
Yeah, share. Like his YouTube page. And you know what, good folks, it's not been a great conversation about music. I think the next topic shall be about the artists and the relationships. A lot of online drama.
A lot.
So that when you are going to 2024, tuache hizi drama wasi, tuache drama. Remember, as much as you want your name to be outside there, you have a mother, you have a father, you have a sister. If not that, you have boys who are they would like to protect themselves, you know. You have your crew member. Folks, until next time, this is the Coffee Talk here at Younib TV. And I've been your host, The Grandpa. Till next time, ciao.